All right, I'm talking to Mike Lee. He is one of the many city council at-large candidates this year. So, Mike, you ran before. What's motivating you to run again this year?
Well, I don't think the job's gotten done yet, so, the crime's still bad. That's the reason I ran in the first place. I told you they were shooting from my mother's house in Forest Park on Trafton Road, gang members. And the next year, actually, when I ran for the Ward 5, the day I put my papers in, same thing happened. They were shooting in front, right, broad daylight with kids in the park. This year, actually, another thing, they actually busted the guys for the catalytic converter robberies right next to my mother's house, which that started her as well. She's 89 years old, and the reason I ran the first time was just tired of the crime, and this, it's a simple equation. Springfield can't move forward until we take care of this issue. I mean, it'll always be something, but I think it's out of control. I back the police 100%. I back Dom Sarno, who backs them. I think he needs help. He doesn't need thorns in his side, biting at his heels every minute, when he's trying to get the job done. He's been holding the fort as long as he's been as mayor. He needs help. I'm going to help him do the best I can to get that job done. Obviously, I think at my level, I coach in a school system. I coach non-contact boxing. I'm at Central City Gym. I coach youth, at-risk youth, and I actually helped out with the Sheriff's Department with their summer camp coaching boxing. Boxing's an inexpensive sport, disciplinary sport. Not all the kids are going to do it, but at least the exercising and things like that's good for them. If we can get to these kids and this next generations, keep them from getting into the gangs, which they're generational. It's been generations of gangs past 40, 50 years since I can remember, and stop their recruitment. Maybe we could stop the flow of drugs and clean the streets up. Businesses will want to come to Springfield. People feel safe. People be proud. I mean, it's still a great city, but it has a lot more potential. I think activities like the Ironman contest, I think we should bring back the Peach Basket Festival and the Tip-Off Classic. That would be huge for Springfield. Maybe more than one pancake breakfast. Maybe a pancake breakfast in every neighborhood. Make it communal. We got to bring everybody together to really, really get the city back on track again and live up to bring it back to its heyday.
Well, let me do a couple of lightning round questions here for you.
Yep.
I've been asking all the city council candidates about development in the neighborhoods, business development, economic development. We've spent a lot of money and a lot of effort about redeveloping downtown. And slowly but surely things are paying off downtown. But a lot of the neighborhoods haven't gotten that kind of attention. So is this at all a concern for you if you were on the council?
Oh yeah, when I ran for Ward 5 last year, all the people I talked to said, hey, that was their main complaint was like, my street hasn't been done in years. We're focusing on downtown. I said, they're working on it, trying to get to you. Maybe the money isn't there. I mean, we got to beg for Boston for the money. I think if we become a major city player again, we won't have to worry about asking them for crumbs. It's got to get out to them too. These are the taxpayers. The real heavy-hitting taxpayers. They need their streets done. They're tired of potholes. They're tired. Thank God that the biker gang thing got under control. The police are doing a great job with that, and they're doing their best too to clean the city up. All I hear is, and I see it, and I've seen it work as a jail guard. I see it. The courts are just letting these guys out on bail. And they're not. I have compassion. I believe people deserve a second chance, sometimes a third chance. 4, 5, 6 times these same hardened gang members and criminals are back on the streets again the next day, and they don't care about anybody. They're selfish. They say, they used to tell me in the jail that it's just business, Lee. We're just doing it for business. I said, yeah, right. Well, what about you're doing a 5-year bid upstate? What about your kids? And as a matter of fact, I got a suggestion for them. Why don't you put down your guns and pick up your kids, okay? And if not, you can meet me in the ring. I'll come out of retirement, boxing retirement, step in the ring with me. I'll meet you. I don't care who, as long as you're from Springfield, you got to be a Springfield gang member because I got to take care of my constituents first. Sarno needs help. These things, he could focus on those things if he didn't have to worry about the crime so much. Money, we need revenue, taxpayers to stay instead of leaving the city. All right, people are going to leave if it gets any worse. We got, most of the city councilors and the other mayoral candidates, most of them voted to defund the police. That doesn't help. It does not help at all. They're a thorn in the mayor's side. He needs city councilors that are going to back him up and clean the city up. You know, some of the programs, they work. The sheriff's doing a great job. He's training these guys, giving them training skills, job skills, and putting them back. I see him. I run into him on the streets. Hey, Lee, it's Officer Lee. How you doing? I say, good. How you doing? He goes, I learned how to, cut down trees. I'm an arborist now. I'm a landscaper. I'm doing this. I'm cooking. I'm a welder. He's got a great thing going. We need more of it. But these guys got to go there. I mean, they can't be back out on the streets the next day. They're shooting in front of my mother. I had enough of it. I grew up in the city. The south end, all of Springfield was great. There was always some issues, and we used to be able to play football, basketball anywhere in the city. And everybody, all the different neighborhoods. You go all around the whole city playing basketball. You can't do it anymore because you're afraid to get shot.
Right.
Right. And I personally, I'm already boots on the ground. I'm helping the kids, coaching boxing, non-contact boxing, and boxing. These kids need it. It's an inexpensive sport. There's other sports, all the different sports. They need more of it. There used to be sport teams everywhere, and kids need to get outdoors more too. Obviously, they're on the video games or inside. I think if we start with the kids, not ignoring the elderly and the people that really need help, but the kids are the main focus. I think in Springfield we have to take care of. I personally, I don't need to do this. It's more of a calling for me, and I know it sounds cliche. And even my mother said to me, she goes, Mike, it sounds like you're trying to buy votes. I'm not trying to buy votes, but I will donate my whole pay to youth development programs especially for at-risk youths. It's just a little drop in it, but that's what I'm going to do. I mean, this is pretty much I'm volunteering me, Mike Lee, and my time. I'm already doing it in the school systems, which Doug and Kenny Kiley have an empowerment program, which is working out great. They're changing it. They turned Duggan Middle School around. The kids are respectful. They're great. They're doing a great job up there. We need more of that. We really got to. A lot of these kids don't, their parents are in jail, both their parents, or, we're up to 22 murders. We're on average with Boston, Hartford. We don't need Springfield to become another Chicago or Seattle, lawless, out of control. We got to step up. Everybody does. We got to be the village. We got to raise these kids. And once, it's just simple things, like saying, thank you and opening doors for elderly, basic things for the kids to learn,
All right, Mike. We're going to see you to the debate next week?
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
Absolutely.
That's
Great.
20 people, huh? 20 people going to be running in that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be fun, yeah.
All right.
I'll see you there.
Thanks very much. Take care, Mike.